Hi, my name is Mary Hemsworth and I'm with Caterer.com. I'm here today with some of the participants in the Hospitality Industry Trust for Scotland's Tourism and Hospitality Talent Development Programme. I'd like you to introduce yourselves. Morven, would you like to go first?
Yes, of course. I'm Morven Shaw. I work in Leith. I work for Fingal Hotel, which is a sister ship to the Royal Yacht Britannia. Worked over the two ships for the last 8 years, having moved to Fingal at the end of the last lockdown.
Oh, fantastic. And Kyle, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. I'm Kyle Lovin. I live and work in Aberdeen. I work at the Chester Hotel. I am currently the restaurant manager there. I've been in the position for almost 2 years now, and I've worked at the Chester Hotel for about 4 years now.
Fantastic. And Cassie, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hello. My name's Cassie Bouverie. I have a little business called Private House Stays. I ran a bed and breakfast in Edinburgh for 12 years. And I've built Private House Stays over the last 10 years, representing the short-term accommodation providers across Scotland. We have our own bespoke booking software to help drive commission-free bookings.
Fantastic. Okay, I'm going to start with Morven. What we're going to do today is talk about why you are currently on the management module of the talent development program. So let's start with Morven. Morven, can you tell me why you wanted to go on the course so much?
Of course. So the previous 8 years I've worked for Britannia, I was in the food and beverage department. Due to the lockdown, the events that I worked in no longer happened. So my position was no longer viable. Luckily for me, someone had just made a career move at the hotel we also run, and I was invited to become a duty manager at the hotel. I was ecstatic, but nervous, and this course came at just the right time to give me the confidence to go do a new job in a new sector.
Well, congratulations on your promotion. That's fantastic. And Cassie, why were you keen to get on the course?
Mainly because I've just launched a new website which went live 2 weeks ago, and I'm looking to expand the business and take it nationwide.
Okay, that's fantastic. And I know you're currently in lockdown in Devon, so you're possibly the furthest most person that I'm going to be interviewing over the next few weeks. So Kyle, you're a restaurant manager at the Chester in Aberdeen. Why were you keen to get on the course?
Hit Scotland have done a lot of things with my work, such as functions and all that. So I'm very aware of kind of what Hit Scotland provide and offer. I've also worked with a few colleagues that have been on scholarships and courses with Hit Scotland before, and they've said it's been really beneficial for them, really rewarding for them. So I did originally apply for a scholarship for Switzerland before the pandemic hit, and I was going to be going on that, and I applied for it just as I became restaurant manager. So at the time I thought it was a very good opportunity to help improve my skills, help my development, and especially with going into a new role like restaurant manager.
That's fantastic, and congratulations on winning a HIT scholarship.
Thank you very much.
That's a big deal. So let's get round to talking about the program itself. I mean, it has so many fantastic benefits for hospitality in Scotland. I mean, one of the things I want to talk about is the value of learning and development, because as I see it, it's the future of the industry. So Morven, what do you think about this course and the value of it to, for your learning and development?
For me personally, it's the confidence it gives me in my role. The satisfaction and morale, the stimulated innovation as well. But sector-wide, it improves productivity, it's companies gain and retain top talent. It's all these really important, it's so important personally, but it transfers so easily into company important.
Mm-hmm. And it's about culture as well, isn't it? Because everything you're learning, you're bringing back.
Yes.
That will slot in. Yes, do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm lucky that 3 other managers from my workplace are doing the course. None of us together, but it means that we've been talking every Monday. We have a meeting and we talk about what we've learned and what we would really like to bring into the company when we go back to work. And it's been really interesting. We're only 3 modules in so far, but we've still come up with pages and pages of ideas. You know, we're really excited to get that into action.
It's incredible. I mean, I've been talking to some of the people on the course, and you know, there are 2,000 of you, all from Scotland, all from the sector, all in different little cohorts, doing these 3 levels of you know, the leadership, the management, and the supervisory training. And the feedback already is that networks are growing all over Scotland because of this exposure to 2,000 people. I see you're nodding, Kyle. How's it impacted on you? What's been the benefits for you of taking part?
I've found it really refreshing being able to kind of exchange ideas with other people that I don't normally get to speak to. So it's one thing being able to exchange ideas with my colleagues that I see all the time and work with, but it's good to get a different perspective, and especially with lockdown as well, it's good to see as well that so many other people are in the same boat as kind of what I'm in and experiencing the same kind of struggles as what I've been experiencing with the new restrictions, and when we do get back to work, that it's not the same as kind of pre-pandemic. So it's good to kind of exchange ideas and get ideas from other people as well, and see if I can, when I get back to work, see if we can implement some of them ideas as well.
It feels a bit like there's everybody I've spoken to has said it's been so challenging but so amazing.
Yeah.
So Cassie, do you have any thoughts on the connection between what you're doing now and personal development, and how that is going to go going forward?
Well, yeah. I mean, I would say what Carl and Morven has said, really, one of the main things that's coming across at the moment is that there are a lot of vulnerable people out there. And I feel that this course is bringing us all together and helping us to collaborate and work together. The sessions are very, very well thought out, and they're very interactive. So they're really making you think. We go through various sessions. We're looking to sort of inspire trust between each other, and sort of clarify vision, and where we're going to go. And the timing really couldn't be better for me. It's really exciting, and I'm linking with people every week and making new connections. I had one lovely man who's on our course from Argyll, who, you know, we've spoken on the phone, and on my new website, I'm going to have a section about mental awareness. And he has a Reiki teacher in Argyll, and I'm going to make sure that I'm going to put her on the new website. So it's the collaboration is incredible and really exciting.
It is. I mean, it's amazing. I mean, I'm thinking about there's an element of leadership about all of this. Now, Kyle, as a restaurant manager, you lead a team already. How do you see the benefits of being on this course when you go back and you're actually physically leading your team again?
It's definitely kind of made me think about what I do well and what I don't do so well. So it's definitely, for me anyway, speaking to other people as well, it's definitely kind of highlighted what I need to work on and things that I maybe don't do so well at work, which I can now start implementing and start working on those things. So it's definitely kind of opened my eyes to kind of what I'm good at and what I do need to work on. So if anything, I'll go back to work, and hopefully I'll just be a better manager and a better leader for the rest of the team. And then I can also, the knowledge that I'm learning from this course, I can also pass it down to kind of my supervisors and the rest of the restaurant team as well.
I think that's just brilliant that you're able to be on this course and say, I've learned that stuff that I'm not good at,
yeah,
and I'm now learning ways to implement changes, and that's so important. And the future of Scottish hospitality, it's all about that. It's about learning and growing and developing. I mean, I have some questions here in front of me. It's about there's this whole thing about resilience and how this course is going to help with that. I know you've done the resilience module. That was sort of fairly early on in the course. Was there any big outcomes from that, Morven, that you thought, wow, I thought I was resilient, but maybe I'm not, or anything like that?
For me, the big takeaway from the resilience building module was the difference between optimism and positivity, the difference between confidence and composure. You can have one without the other, but it's a virtuous circle in that they build each other. You know, if you pretend you know what you're doing, you know what you're doing, and it builds on itself. So no, it was a really interesting conclusion to come to.
Yeah, because I mean, resilience has been something that we've all had to have in spades over the last year, just to keep going every single day when you know that you can't go to work and you're on furlough, and it continues and continues. How about you, Cassie? Any big takeaways from any elements of the course that you've done so far?
Well, there are lots of takeaways, and I continually think about them. I think one thing is having difficult conversations. I have, I do have difficult conversations with some of my clients, and they may be frustrated, especially with the new booking software that I've just rolled out. And it's making me stop. And because you can get stressed when somebody's ringing up saying, Cassie, it's not working. And you're like, and it's taking a deep breath and just slowing down and realizing that, we're all going through change at the moment. And there's a lot of self-reflection and being more self-aware. I think that's very crucial.
Oh, wow. I wish I could go on this course. I can't though. Why do you think, I mean, it's sort of going broader now, looking at the whole sort of Scottish hospitality landscape. Why do you think that the talent is so important for the future, and developing talent? I'll start with you again, Morven. Why do you think that's important?
The talent in the industry means it gets passed on, so it continues through the industry, and that's why training is so important. It passes on skills you've learned, sometimes through experience, which is half the battle. I mean, you can have all the training in the world, but unless you experience some of these situations, it doesn't come to you the same way. So passing on the experience. Sorry, I've lost my train of thought.
It's okay. We were talking about why the future of talent in Scotland is so important for hospitality and developing our talent.
Yeah, it's guest experience is what it's all about. So the more talented your staff and team and the whole industry, the more people are going to enjoy coming and experiencing. And yeah. Absolutely.
Kyle, we touched on guest experience there, which is a really important one. There's an element of kind of, we're opening our doors again soon. Guest experience is going to be really important. I mean, we touched on it last summer when we reopened very briefly. Yeah. This time around, fingers crossed, it's full the length we're going for it. Do you feel that the skills and talents you're picking up on the course are going to help with that and with developing a really exceptional guest experience for Scottish hospitality?
Yeah, 100%. If anything, the course is making me feel kind of more confident about my abilities. As I said before, it's also highlighted what I don't do so well. So when I do go back to work, hopefully I'm a more kind of better and rounded manager. And from the course as well, I'll be able to kind of pass on the skills and knowledge I'm learning onto kind of my team, which in turn will lead to a better customer service. So the more skills and knowledge we have, better customer service we can give to customers. And one of the main things I've kind of taken away from this as well is kind of making sure that staff are happy as well. So kind of being more open with the staff. If I'm more open with the staff, they'll be a bit more open with me, and then we can kind of help each other out. And the happier the staff are, the more that's going to reflect in their customer service as well. Kind of the happier the staff are, the more they'll be able to deliver a good customer service.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. Cassie, you were nodding all the way through that. You clearly, it resonates with you.
Well, I was just thinking about what Carl was saying. I've recently taken on an intern, and putting into action what I'm learning has been great. Communication is so important. I speak to Joy maybe twice on Zoom every day. He's based outside of Paris. He's doing a master's in business studies at the IDRAG Business School in Lyon. And I can see him growing as a person, and that's really exciting, continually telling him how well he's doing. And you can see, he's smiling and he's thrilled, and it's his first proper job. And yeah, and it's really exciting having him on board and helping me. And yeah, there's so many skills I'm learning to grow. I mean, I have led big teams before in the past when I worked in London, but it's been a long time. And I've really been developing this business for the last 10 years. And now it's exciting to be able to expand with all the new skills that I'm learning, or we are all learning.
I think this is, I mean, all I'm getting from you is, all three of you, is optimism, positivity, how your confidence is developing. You're all smiling. It's so lovely to see that this course has come along at exactly the right time. Yeah. Do you have any, before we wrap it up, do you have anything else you'd like to talk about the course or about Scottish hospitality in general? Should we start again with Morven, just because left-hand side?
Yeah, I'm so excited about the rest of the course. Like I said, I've had 3 out of 10 modules so far, and I'm really looking forward to seeing the way they interlink, and how what I'm going to take back to work, and what I can go back and say, look, we talked about this in this course I was doing. Now, what do you think if we implemented this bit of it and took this from this other module and put this together? And you know, it's all about teamwork. It's not just me going in as a manager saying, right, this is what I think we're going to do. It's coming in saying, right, here's what I think. Can this be improved? You know, what do you think?
That's amazing, because it's given you the confidence. This course already has given you the confidence to think like that.
Yeah.
And to kind of think, I mean, I've written teamwork down, because it is about teamwork, and going forward and developing our future talent is going to be about you guys using the skills you're currently learning to develop the next level and the next level. I mean, Cassie, you talked about your intern. Clearly, you're already using those skills on a daily basis with your intern, and that's amazing.
No, it's very exciting. I feel very fortunate. The other exciting thing was we're arranging a virtual launch of my new website, and I am going to make it a ticketed event, and the money is going to go to charity, half to HIT Scotland and half to the Stroke Association. My sister-in-law is chief executive of the Stroke Association. So I actually rang HIT Scotland after the first training module and thought, right, well, I'm going to have to try and find my way to David Cochrane. I telephoned the number, and he answered the phone. I just couldn't believe it. But it was just brilliant. It was so nice to be able to get to who you want so easily. And that was very refreshing. It really was.
That's part of, I think that's the benefit as well. It's the network you are now, all of you, creating your new networks. You know, you have to reach out to 2,000 people in hospitality. You might have known maybe 100 of them before. And at the end of this, you will have 2,000 new colleagues, which is incredible. Kyle, any final words from you before we wrap this up?
I'd just like to say that I'm definitely going to go back to work and kind of recommend to kind of everyone at work that if they get the opportunity to apply and do a course of HIT, it's definitely very rewarding, very beneficial. It will develop them professionally, but also it will kind of develop them personally as well. So it's not just skills I'm learning to kind of take back to work. It's also learning more about myself and kind of skills I could just use in everyday life as well. So it's, yeah, very rewarding.
And I've got one more thing to say, is that I know that there's a waiting list, and I've already recommended a couple of people. Becky, who works for Abbotsford Trust, they are giving a top prize for our virtual launch. We're having a raffle because we thought everybody wants something to look forward to. So they're giving a 3-day stay in their Hope Scott wing, which is this most incredible, lovely place. And I emailed David, and she's already on the waiting list to go onto the course. So I think the nice thing is that HIT Scotland are really going to try and open it up to a lot of other people to benefit from, as well as all of us.
What is remarkable is that it's being watched. You are the guinea pigs, as it were, for this first ever development course, talent development course program. What's interesting is that across Europe, people are watching you, and they're looking at the HIT's talent development program with a view to running it in other places and to developing other countries' hospitality. So you are breaking new ground, guys, and I'd like to thank you all very, very much indeed for dialing in today and giving me your time.